Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling the big three flagships expected for 2025.
That's right. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the Xiaomi 15 Ultra.
Exactly. We've sifted through specs, leaks, early thoughts, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
The goal here is simple. Cut through the hype and figure out what really makes these phones different and maybe, who they're for.
It's always fascinating to see the different directions they take, isn't it? Different priorities.
Totally. So let's kick things off with, well, the first thing you see, design and build, Samsung.
Okay, Samsung. They seem to be refining things. Titanium frame, which is becoming standard now, it seems.
Right. And Gorilla Glass armor, too. That's the anti-reflective one.
Yeah, should help with glare. Still got slightly rounded edges, the S Pen tucked inside, of course.
And they're saying it's a bit slimmer and lighter this year. Still IP68, naturally.
Sounds like a solid, iterative improvement, keeping what works.
Okay, what about Apple? Still the flat edges.
It looks like it. Grade 5 titanium, ceramic shield on the front glass, but they've got a new textured matte glass back, apparently.
Oh, interesting. And the bezels?
Supposedly, the thinnest ever on an iPhone. Could make that big screen feel even bigger.
And that new physical button, the camera control one?
Yep, a dedicated button for camera functions. Could be really handy. Also IP68, but they claim down to 6 meters of water.
6 meters, huh? A bit deeper than most.
Gives you a little extra buffer, maybe.
And Xiaomi, what's their approach?
They're using an aluminum frame, but with options for the back, either glass fiber or an eco leather.
Eco leather, okay. Different feel.
Definitely. And their own Xiaomi Shield Glass 2.0 on a quad curve display. It is the thickest of the three, though.
Thicker, right. IP68 is 1.5 meters for them. And they mentioned a Guardian structure.
Yeah, some kind of enhanced internal structure for better durability, trying to emphasize toughness.
Gotcha. Okay, so materials and shapes are a bit different across the board. Let's peek at those displays. All big, right? Around 6.7 to 6.9 inches.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All LTPO. Adaptive 120 hertz refresh rates. Smooth scrolling all around.
Samsung's claiming, what, 2600 nits peak brightness? But measured is often lower.
Exactly. Claims are one thing. Real-world performance is another. Apple's usually very accurate, hitting maybe 1500 to 1800 nits in tests, plus the dynamic island.
Right, and Xiaomi, they're claiming the highest peak.
Yeah, 3200 nits claimed. We'll see. But they also boast 12-bit color depth that's 68 billion colors.
Wow, okay. That could mean really subtle color gradients, potentially.
Could be visually quite impressive, yeah.
All right, performance. The brains of the operation. Samsung's got that special Snapdragon.
Some Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. So higher clock speeds than the standard version Xiaomi is using.
Interesting. Boosting CPU, GPU, NPU, paired with 12 GB RAM, maybe UFS 4.0 storage. Better cooling, too?
They're definitely pushing the performance, especially, it seems, for their AI stuff.
Apple's got the A18 Pro chip, new everything CPU, GPU, neural engine.
And 8GB RAM seems standard now, likely needed for Apple Intelligence features. Storage up to a terabyte. New thermal design, too.
Apple usually leads in those single-core benchmarks, right? Like Geekbench.
Often, yeah. Though Xiaomi actually tends to score really well in broader system tests like Antutu, even with the standard Snapdragon.
Xiaomi offers more RAM options, too, 12 GB or 16 GB. UFS 4.1, maybe? Faster storage?
Potentially, yeah. They also talk about hyper AI features and their own cooling system, Ice Loop, though some reports mention it can get warm during heavy gaming.
Something to watch. Okay, the main event for many. Cameras, Samsung.
Sticking with the huge 200MP main sensor, they're emphasizing optical quality zoom at 2x from that sensor, plus dedicated 10MP 3x and a 50MP 5x periscope.
So 2 telephoto lenses, and the 5x also does optical quality 10x zoom.
That seems to be the idea. Lots of AI camera features bundled in their ProVisual engine, 50MP ultra-wide too, which handles macro.
Versatile setup. Apple, what's new there?
Upgraded main and ultra-wide to 48MP sensors. The ultra-wide should be much better, especially in low light, and handle macro. And they finally have a 5x periscope zoom, 12MP.
Finally, 5x. And video, always strong there.
Oh yeah, 4K Dolby Vision, maybe even up to 120 fps. And that camera control button ties in. Spatial video capture too for the Vision Pro.
Right. And Xiaomi, the Leica partnership continues.
Absolutely. They have that massive 1-inch type sensor for the main camera, 50MP. Also a 50MP ultra-wide, a 50MP 3.2x telephoto.
Wait, 3 50MP sensors?
And a 200MP 4.3x periscope. They're going all in on hardware specs, plus the Leica authentic and vibrant color profiles. Hyper AISP for processing.
Wow, a 1-inch main and a 200 MP periscope. That's ambitious.
It really is. Different philosophies. Samsung's AI and zoom flexibility, Apple's consistency and video power, Xiaomi's raw sensor hardware.
Okay, keeping these things powered, batteries and charging. Samsung.
Looks like 5,000 milliamp again.
Yeah.
45W wired charging about 70% in 30 minutes, maybe an hour for a full charge. Wireless is decent, 1525W perhaps. Solid battery life, but maybe not class leading.
Apple's battery size is usually a bit smaller, right? Around 4,700 mAh rumored.
Yeah, but they squeeze amazing life out of it through optimization.
Mhm.
Charging is still their weak spot, though. Around 30W wired takes almost 2 hours for a full charge.
Oof. Yeah, that's low compared to others. 25W MagSafe, 15W Q2 wireless.
Right. Efficiency's great, charging speed, not so much.
And Xiaomi, this is where they usually shine, isn't it?
Oh, yes. 5,001 hand mAh battery globally, maybe even 6,000 mAh in China using silicon carbon tech.
Yeah.
And the charging 90W wired. Super fast.
90 watts and wireless.
80W wireless.
Yeah.
Just incredibly fast charging speeds, wired or wireless. That's a huge convenience factor.
Definitely a major differentiator. Okay, software and AI. Big focus everywhere now.
For sure. Samsung's got Android 15 with One UI 7. Deep Galaxy AI integration powered by Google Gemini. Lots of cross-app actions, improved search, AI summaries, photo-video edits.
And their update promise is strong.
Very. 7 years of both OS and security updates. That's excellent longevity.
Apple has iOS 18 with Apple Intelligence. Writing tools, smarter Siri, image generation, visual intelligence features tied to that new camera button.
Their focus is heavily on privacy and on-device processing where possible. Update support is also top tier, usually 5-7 years or even more.
Though some AI features might roll out gradually.
Possibly. Apple tends to be cautious with rollouts sometimes.
Xiaomi, they're on Android 15 with HyperOS 2.
And their own Xiaomi Hyper AI suite. Creative assistants, AI in core apps like Notes and Gallery, real-time subtitles, Google integration too, of course.
Update promise. Not quite as long.
Still decent, but shorter. 4 years of OS updates, 6 years of security. Good, but Samsung and Apple offer longer support.
Right. Lastly, connectivity and sort of unique extras. Anything stand out?
All have Wi-Fi 7. Samsung and Apple have UWB. Xiaomi uniquely boasts Bluetooth 6.0 and two-way satellite communication, at least in some models.
Satellite com's interesting. Samsung still has the S Pen, a huge draw for some.
Absolutely. Apple has its ecosystem integration, MagSafe T2, LiDAR, and that new camera button.
Xiaomi has the IR blaster, which some people love, USB 3.2 Gen 2, which is faster than Samsung's Gen 1, and that Leica co-branding is a unique feature, plus optional camera grips.
Yeah, lots of little extras depending on what you value.
Okay, let's try to wrap this up. Quick thoughts on who each phone might be for.
Well, Samsung, I think, leans into productivity with the S Pen, solid all-around performance, and deep AI integration, plus that flexible camera zoom system.
Makes sense. Apple.
It's still about the seamless ecosystem, ease of use, top-tier video recording, and now enhanced camera controls and Apple Intelligence features, and that long update promise.
Gotcha. And Xiaomi.
They seem to be targeting enthusiasts who want the absolute cutting edge in camera hardware, that 1-inch sensor, the high-res periscope, and incredibly fast charging. Performance is great, too.
So AI and productivity focus for Samsung, ecosystem and video for Apple, camera hardware and charging speed for Xiaomi. A bit simplistic, but captures the essence.
I think so, yeah. At the end of the day, the best phone really depends on what you prioritize most. They're all pushing boundaries in different ways.
Absolutely. The AI race, the camera wars, battery tech, it's moving fast. So as we finish, maybe think about this. Across these three powerhouses, what's the one innovation that you think is the most crucial or exciting for where phones are headed?
Good question to ponder. Lots to choose from this year.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
I've included links with more details in the description below, so be sure to check those out. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Deep Dive, like the video, and ring the bell for more helpful content. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day ahead.